Alrighty, for marketwizards.com and eminywizard.com, mining traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. It's about 10:38 on Tuesday, the 9th of April, 2019. Two-way day. Obviously, the shorts have owned the day so far. Had a nice bounce off of the bottom. We'd said let's use that idea of 78. That was predetermined yesterday. Remember, I posted in the room there late yesterday that if we cannot get up into that 02 to 05 target, and we were to break down, then we would be looking for, obviously the 92 needs to hold, and if not, then that 87.5 becomes available for retesting because that was our support pivot. So that breaks. And then we said that if that happens, obviously the next support pivot is yesterday's low, 84. And we are going to then drop back to the notion that 82 to 78 can get retested. So when this thing is flying, you already have in your mind those ideas. And that way you're prepared, because we don't know which way it's going to go, but we do know that the market likes to move in kind of measured moves. We had a 20-pointer off the top, and we said, okay, make sure you are paid, and we should get some bounce. 78 stop if you're buying. And obviously this is a reactionary bounce to this move. So you can't just think about this being a flyer and close your eyes and buy, and come out the top. We know we're going to run into some resistance. You know, we're going to be hitting some traders wanting to take profits. And typically those will be day traders that are just happy getting 2, 3 points. 4 points. Why not? I mean, that's the VIG. And that's what makes a two-way day when we get this type of a move. Because we said in a 456 environment, in a 10-point swing, give me 4, 5, 6. In a 20-point swing, give me 8, 10, or 12. Well, here's your 8. So we're trying to show the ideas over and over of sequencing and how you can win this game if you're disciplined. You wait for it to settle, and if you want to try your buy, you try your buy with a couple of points stop. Try to get a few points in a rotation and understand you're going to run into resistance, because this right now is the umbrella trade. And when we get to the end of the umbrella trade, then we can get snaps. So right now, the whole key is to understand the rotations, not only through the overnight range today, but to be looking at it from the perspective of RTH, which we'll take a look at. So here's our RTH. And we can see how we've taken out the high, but still marginally so. Basically, we're retesting that breakdown at 87s, right? 87.5. You know, we can come up just above it. That's typically the first re-entry short. And then this will be a retest for yesterday's low. And for continuation, we need to get below that and stay under it. Otherwise, we've already started whack-a-mole. And this was the chart that we suggested perhaps would be appropriate to think of this range. I will clean this up before we're done, but that green ellipse was what we had talked about. Any re-entry shorts? Thinking small. You get yourself the 84 to 82 tests. Make sure you're paid. Perfect example of a 456 starting. That's your 4. That would be your 5, and obviously the half gap would be your 6. And we're looking here. I've got a 4-minute chart set up. Here's your 5. Right on schedule. So Sean, what you're talking about is right here. Green, the red line now influencing, and our blue line still above us. Still waiting its turn. So there's a scalp with the overnight trend. So for this type of range trading, that's the kind of a resistance area that we had suggested would probably come first before anything else, and still consolidating. And this is where, if you have a trailer, you win. Right? You already got your 4 to 5 points going with the direction of the day. And anything below this is the good fortune part. Here's our 15-minute chart. And here's our 5. You want the 10, you want to split them, put it on the 10. All of them basically saying the same thing. We're ahead of ourselves, but each line taking its turn. I'm telling you, these charts are gold in these type of moves. 2 is a little bit too fast, so this is probably the 3-minute chart right now that's working. Bumps into it, bang. I'm gonna fine tune it, put it on a 4 probably. See, after you use these a while, you'll start to get the feel for timing trades. And you want to back up your 2s and 3s with something like a 5. Sean is making the point that for him, it seems better to be a trader that takes advantage of a power move as opposed to just a little range trading. And I can't disagree. I think too many traders get caught up in just a little chop, which is why we say avoid lunch trading, because typically it's very choppy. And even overnight, you know that I've suggested to you in your pre-market moves, you're looking for just a point or two. You're not looking for big moves then. You're just trying to get a little seed capital. But these types of moves are, once they start, they're unmistakable. And so, you know, really you're hoping for the bounce so that you get one more shot at it, because you don't want to overstay down here. So you're saying, please give me one more bounce. And a good trader is not going to be afraid of taking the bounce type trade. He's going to say, well, I can't short here, so maybe I'll buy it. But the speed with which this comes down in this type of a move, You look at all the time it took to get here, and then look how fast this move is right here. Bang, 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 right? So in this type of a move, the reason I like umbrella trades is because they happen hard and fast. And so typically you're not in the market as long, and there's less risk when you're not in the market. So this is one of the best. You'll want to study this. It's really hard to use something like just like a 1, but you can still see the relationships, and you can see this whack-a-mole and then bang, right back into it. Anybody that shorted that 87 to 88, that retest, where we said probably going to take time to get out of Dodge, trailer time coming down into that 82. Good fortune below now. Great trade if you took it. Yeah, the third time through trade is just a big idea. And today's, looking back at it now, there's your 10. See how a power chart like your 10 influences this trade? You touch this red line back here at 88.25. And this is where everybody wants back in, because that's the retest of this break right here. Once you get used to this system and understanding your squeeze pivots and where traders get caught, okay, that area becomes the resistance. That was support, now it's resistance, and trying to test support again. Hard and fast. Look at the size of these bars. Bang, bang. Make sure you get paid. Paid by 82s. The first thing I look for, quite honestly, is I want to see it on a bigger chart, not the 1 minute chart, because there's not enough real estate to see that. So you don't want to just use a 1 minute chart to see it. You probably can, but I want to see it first with a 5 or a 10. So I've already drawn for you the third time through trade, right? So let's go back and let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here it is on a 5 minute chart. Okay, we're in it. Now let's go back to a 1 minute chart. And you can see on the 1, so if you're seeing it on the other charts, that you can see it up here at this 10 after 8 this morning. Remember when I'd said that we had this battle? Okay, the 97, this was a little bit earlier. I said, okay, that 97 and 95 are battling. Remember that? That was right here. Bang. And then we start to lose this spread. So you want to look at both. If you like the 1 minute chart to see this, then first things first, start with that 5 and 10 to see it. And then, that kind of confirms that the big boys are seeing that. Otherwise, you could just get this kind of, chop over and under, right? Meaningless, and until it finally takes hold. But once you're in it, look how fast, bang, these bots say, okay, I know where I'm going. Let me add them. That help? So back it up with your 5 and 10 and 15. Good.